13 years ago, Star Wars The Clone Wars was released, and I just got done rewatching the first season. Let's talk about it. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Brothers Talk About. My name is James, and today I'm going to be giving you my review of Clone Wars Season 1. After the release of the new Clone Wars spinoff, The Bad Batch, I wanted to get all caught up on the Clone Wars series before checking it out. But before I give you guys my review of the first season, I would like to give you a brief history of my experience with the show. I was around 5 years old when the original Clone Wars movie released in August of 2008, and as a kid I remember really enjoying the movie and anxiously awaiting the release of the first episode. That would premiere 2 months later in October of the same year. The series would premiere on the Cartoon Network, and the night of the premiere I was ready to go. But sometime around the second season I had missed a handful of episodes and said that I would just catch up when it released on DVD. Long story short, I never did, and I never went back to finish the series. So this week I decided to start my journey of finally finishing Star Wars The Clone Wars with the goal of being able to watch the season finale of The Bad Batch when it premieres on August 13th of this year. So throughout this journey of finishing The Clone Wars, I'll be sitting down to give you guys my review of each season as I progress. So with all that being said, let's start talking about Clone Wars Season 1. I started watching the show on Disney Plus, and I was recommended to start watching it in the chronological order that can be found on the StarWars.com website. And I'll have that link that you can check out down below in the description. The show was originally aired out of order, and technically the first episode doesn't start until episode 16 of Season 2. But overall, starting the show in the chronological order, I did enjoy it. The first season is pretty fun to watch, with the only downside being the animation. The first half of the season kind of delves into that uncanny valley look, which can kind of be distracting, with the human characters' faces kind of being a little off, but that does get better as the season progresses. The voice actors are really able to make the characters of the show shine, with our lead main characters being Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi being voiced by Matt Lanter and James Arnold Taylor, and another standout performance being D. Bradley Baker, who voices all the clone troopers in the series. Although they are clones, Baker is able to give them all their own personality. The show is also helped by the fact that it is Star Wars canon, being directed, produced, and written by George Lucas and a newcomer to the series at the time, Dave Filoni, who has now become synonymous in the Star Wars universe. In the show, there are only a few plots that really carry over for the entire season. In the 21 episodes of the season in the chronological order, many of the episodes can feel kind of like an episodic story, where you can really jump in at any moment, and kind of can get the gist of what's going on. But there are some episodes that lean into the Part 1 and Part 2 aspects of the series, which are able to help broaden out the stories and make them more interesting in my opinion. With one of the first arcs we follow being Anakin's new Padawan, Ahsoka, which in the first season her character can be kind of annoying, but I won't touch on that too much, because many people before me have talked about that point to nauseam, and we all know her character gets better as the series progresses. But it is funny, after seeing The Mandalorian, which was my first introduction to the character, seeing the stark difference between her story then and now. One of the other plots that we follow in the first season are the adventures in the creation of Domino Squad. We first meet the group during their training on Kamino, as they work to complete their final tests to graduate to become full members of the Grand Army of the Republic. Through their tests, they form their brotherhood and become a team. During their training, they all receive their names, with all of the members including Heavy, Fives, Echo, Cut Up, and Droid Bait. In the episode, we see their graduation into the Republic as they set out for their first mission, which in their first mission they end up losing a lot of their team members, leaving Fives and Echo being the only remaining members of Domino Squad to continue the fight, and after the battle being able to join the team of the 501st. But like I said, with the main characters being Anakin and Obi-Wan, we got to see their adventures leading up to Episode 3, which I always thought was a really cool thing to see in the show, and something I would love to see played out in live action, seeing that Anakin is my favorite character in the franchise. So many of the episodes will show Anakin and Obi-Wan being called to the fight, where we are able to see some pretty cool villains like Grievous, Dooku, and the new villain, Ventress. I enjoy seeing a lot of the lightsaber fights in the show, with them being similar to the prequel fighting style, which is by far my favorite in the series. The first season wraps up in a cool way with a 3-part episode finale, where we get to see the Liberty of Ryloth, which is the home of the Twi'leks, as we see characters like Obi-Wan, Anakin, Ahsoka, and even Mace Windu. The season wraps up in a fun way which made me want to watch more of the show, but I had to stop to record this review. Because now, with the power to be able to binge shows, it's hard to stop. But overall, I really enjoyed this first season of the show, and I can't wait to check out the second season. You can follow my progress of watching the show over on our Instagram page, you can check out, which will be in the description below as well. Make sure you guys stay tuned for my Season 2 review, which I should be dropping soon as I finish the show, and I'll be getting to watch the first episode of Season 2 right after this video is posted. If you have seen the Clone Wars series, let me know what you guys thought of it down below in the comments. No spoilers, because I haven't got to the end yet. Let me know what you guys thought of Season 1 of the Clone Wars and what you thought of this review. If you enjoyed it, I'd really appreciate it if you give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. Over 80% of you guys who watch these videos aren't subscribed yet. And our goal is to reach 100 subscribers by June 9th, which is the premiere of the Loki series. We are only 60 away from 100 subscribers, so if you guys could help us reach that goal, it'd be super awesome. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.